Yeah, it's lovely to have a bit of time, get away from the game, get away from each other. It's been a long 6.5 months, but we're hungry to get back at it. The last 2 days have been a few sessions where we're just trying to get their legs under them, trying to get their mental, uh, I guess, depth back because you shut off, and that's what we wanted. But now we have to restart the engine.
Is it more of a mental thing or a fitness thing when it comes to planning for that week off and kind of getting that things back on track?
We'd like to be a bit of both. You don't want to lose fitness, and these guys are professionals, so they're going to keep their bodies in good order. But there are a lot of little niggles there that you want to rest, and a lot of it's mental too. Just getting away from the grind of things, getting up in the morning and seeing the same people and doing the same things, and soccer players are repetition guys, and they like that. But also to take a break is a good thing.
Hurt at all knowing that you're coming off such a big win on the road against the team that you played in the final, knowing that you have to take a break right after that?
You win 4-0 on the road anywhere, it feels good, but especially against a kind of rival of ours. If it were up to the coaches, we would have played right after that because we were in really good form. We had a good night, but it was a good win for us to take away and enjoy our 7 days away.
We've talked about who's going to step up with Brow, going back to Lexington. How do you feel like you saw that in the last performance? Obviously, Teddy, getting a goal. Who do you feel like kind of stepped up in his absence?
Everyone, and I know that's cliche, but it's gonna take a village for sure. We got goals from just about everywhere. Center back, our center forwards were assisting. It was a good night for us in terms of getting goals. I mean, we hadn't scored 4 goals in a very long time, so it was nice and to get a clean sheet as well. But it's a collective thing. Even when Brow was here, it was collective. We feel we're at our best when we attack with 11 and defend with 11. And that's what we did in Spokane.
2 months ago, this team was on a 3-match winless streak. You're 4 in a row now. What's changed over this last month that was different 2 months ago?
I thought our performances were just as good. We just weren't getting the results. And you have to make the game at home, and occasionally it's easier to do that away from home because there's not as much pressure on you to make the game and to create chances. And I thought we did a really good job of that, of creating stuff in the first half and then countering in the second half. But I look at more the process rather than the result. But it's nice to see the results come with those.
What is the key to relieving some of that pressure at home?
Just being better in the final third. If you're tidier with the ball in the final third and really put pressure on the defense, then they start to crack a little bit, and we pile on. And when we're at our best, that's what we do: is become wave after wave.
What are some of the challenges that a squad like Wizzy can present? And kind of going off of that, what's it like game planning for these teams that it's their first year in the league? Obviously, there's some tape from the season that's been, but it's still a new team, a new face, new environment.
Yeah, can't wait to get out there. It looks like a great environment. They've created a fantastic, supporter section, and I think they're getting 6,500 people every match. So we can't wait to get out there. In terms of playing against them, we've got enough video by now. We know the coach well enough, and the players have almost all played in our league, if not in the championship. So it's going to be a challenge. There's no question. But the question is can we back it up for Spokane?
With soccer in the spotlight around the world, the game being nationally televised, what does it do for the sport to put it in front of more eyes?
Didn't know it was nationally televised, so that's good news. No, listen, there's in the World Cup going on in our country and in Canada and Mexico, there's a buzz about it for sure right now. And the U.S. are doing well. Canada got through into the last 16, so there's definitely a buzz about it. And can we recreate that a little bit? And when we get back home in a few weeks. But you see the watch parties around Knoxville, and it's good to see so many people out enjoying it.
Joe mentioned that the last match was kind of one that he took personally because he'd gone to school out there. What have you just seen from him, not just in that match, but just in general recently, just kind of the chip that he's been playing with and kind of, I'm going to put my life on the line and keep it playing sheet?
The best thing we can do for Joe is protect him and not give him much to do. And luckily that was the case in Spokane. Can we expect it at all times? And is he there to stop the gap when it opens? Yeah. But, we're really pleased with Joe, especially going home to a place fondly and when he went to school at Gonzaga. They didn't want him when he left school. And so, there is a chip on his shoulder, and I love that about him.